Hey, welcome back, everybody. Thank you again for being here with me in this live tutorial of building a mini album with Graceful Collection by Mintay. So if you watched the previews and the first video, you know that this tutorial is very unique in the way that I prepared a cut sheet and I'm teaching how to put it together with Graceful, but you can use any collection by Mintay that you like. So it does not have to be this particular one. You can use any collection and just make the arrangement a little different inside. And I showed how to do that in the first video, in the first part. Okay, so now we're moving on to putting the pages together. And I'm not going to do it alphabetically. In your cut list, you have everything, every section is numbered with A, B, C, etc. But we're not going to do it in this order because I want to do the easy one first and then go on to doing the more difficult ones. For those of you who are beginners, it's very important to watch the first ones and you can just repeat and do it in the next sections. Okay, so we're starting with section C. We're going to do section C. The section C only have very few elements, very simple and straightforward, not too complicated. And I think it's a good section to start with. Okay. So before we start building this up, I want to show you the section over here in this album. So you'll first see what we're building. In the Berrylicious, in the album that I made, I used a Berrylicious collection. This is the page. It has a flap going up and a flap going down. Okay. And then over here is just plain, nice page to put photos here. And that's all there is to it. We do have a little magnet over here. I'll be showing you how to apply the paper, how to apply the flaps onto the page, and how to do the magnet. Yay! I have to keep count on how many magnets we're using because I don't really remember. I didn't count them, and I meant to do that, but I didn't do it. So first, let me grab some magnets. Okay. Okay, so I have my magnets here next to me. Let's begin. So when you're putting together the paper, the page, I mean, you have always one of those base pages because there are two pages that we're going to be building. We're going to be build C and then we'll build D. They'll be put together. They'll be put together or attached together with this flap, this wing over here where we scored. Remember we scored this here. Let's just flatten it out. And when we have two bases together, we are attaching them with one being on the right, one being on the left. So when you're working on a section, you'll see it says next to it if it's bottom or top. Section C, it's on the top. So this wing always have to be on top. This will be on the bottom side. And that's how we're working on this page. Okay. The wing, after it's folded, it's underneath the workspace and on top. Okay, the second thing that we're going to do is we're going to figure out where everything goes. So I have 2 flaps. We can go ahead and, this one is double score. Let's go ahead and fold our flaps. And what you want to get after you fold it is a width of 1/8 of an inch here, and the wing here of 1/2 an inch. And the easiest way to do it is I'm first folding on the second line, the 5/8 of an inch line. First I fold it there, and you can go ahead and use your score tool if you like. And then you take it, and then you gently fold the second score line. Just push it like that, gently. That's the easiest way to do it. You can take your tool and go over it lightly as after it's folded. If you like, you'll get a more defined line. That's fine. But that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a nice, clean 1/8 of an inch line here. So we have an 1/8 of an inch return. So one of these we're going to be placing on the top part, and one of these we're going to be placing on the bottom part. And when you apply the flaps onto the pages, try not to put it all the way to the edge. You don't want it all the way because you want it to be able to open and close nicely. So you can leave 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch, as much as you want. Okay, so let's go ahead and apply the tape and put the 2 flaps on top of the base. If you have a tape, that's great. You can use tape or you can use regular glue, whatever you choose to use. Like I mentioned before, I prefer personally the double side tape. In most cases, I use a combination. I use both. And you'll see me using both when I do the album. But I do use a lot of tape because I feel that it just looks better. The paper doesn't wrinkle as much. It does take longer to do it with the tape. You need a little more skill to do it with the tape. So you might want to start doing an album just with the regular glue and see how it goes. And it's also more expensive than the regular glue. When you do an album, it does take a lot of tape if you're using tape. Okay. So you can put the 1/2 inch tape on the wings, or you can use the 3/8 of an inch tape. Okay. And the thinner tape might be better for you if you're beginning, because when you're putting 1/2 inch tape over 1/2 inch score, you have to be very, very precise, where you have a little bit more leeway with this. So I'm putting this closer to the fold line. Okay. And this way it doesn't go over the line here. While when you're putting 1/2 inch, you might have a little bit of, lift. It'll go over. Okay, so I have, this is my wing. I taped it on the outside. See? When you fold it, it'll be over here. And that's where you're putting the tape. You're not going to put it here. You're going to put it on the outside. When I'm using grid lines, I can tell exactly where I need it to be. So I want it to be about 1/2 an inch from the edge. So I took the tape out. And putting it on the edge right there. You're happy with it, go over it with your tools just to flatten it out. The second one will go on the bottom. Again, make it even and symmetrical. I want it to be 1/2 inch from the edge. Okay. Here we go. So we have 2 flaps that will attach to each other with a magnet. Now the question that you want to ask yourself is, do you want the bottom one to be on the top, or you want this one to be on the top? It can go this way or that way. So look at the cuts that you have. You have 2 of these, and you can choose for this to be on top. You can choose for this to be on the bottom. It's totally up to you. So how about we'll do, oh, and you have the back side of these as well. See? So I think what I'll do is this. I think I'll put both red ones, both solid colors on the reverse side, on the inside. I think I'll put this purple one. I like this purple one here. And or we can do it this way. Okay, like that. You can also reverse it. You can do it this way. Whichever you like. But I like this to be here, and I want the stripes there. So these are my sides, top, top. And this, of course, is the top, and this will go over here. Once you determine where everything goes, okay, and you also want to check that the size fits okay, and that you don't need any corrections, take your ink and ink the edges. So either use an ink or you can use a marker. And I think I had another one, and I lost it. I don't know where I dropped it. Dropped it somewhere. Oh, here it is. So I don't know which ink I want to use yet. I like this, purpley. It's really pretty purple. You can do purple, you can do more burgundy, you can do more pink, you can do brown. Or you can do a combination. Maybe we'll do a combination, I don't know. But I like to ink the edges. I think it gives it a nice touch. The only thing that you might want to be careful with inking is when I'm doing it right now, I'm putting it over my mat. And sometimes if your sponge is a little worn out, you're going to have pieces of it dropping on your mat, and then it'll go over your paper and stain it. So you want to be careful. Okay, so this ink that I used now is Tim Holtz Distress Ink Dusty Concord. But other colors that can match is the Seedless Preserve, Milled Lavender, this is Aged Mahogany, and Walnut Stain. I don't know yet if we're going to use all of them or just one, but these are the ones I pulled out. If you have one of these, they will all match your project. Okay, now let's go ahead and put some tape over here. Okay. When you put the tape in the back, put it as close as possible to the edges without going over. You want to go over it a little bit like that, just to make sure it adheres good. And one in the middle for good measures. Okay. These steps are the ones that usually when we do videos, and not just me, a lot of others that do videos and show you how to put an album together, they do this preparation in advance because it just takes a long time. You don't really need to see us sit here and put the tape over all the papers. So once you finish the first videos and you see, you can just fast forward. Not horrible. Every time I feel really horrible when I put tape over a beautiful print, but we are using both sides of the collection, both of them. And you can't just do all print. Okay, and the big one. Oop. See, I went over a little. Ran away from me. Okay. I actually really like this stripe. I like stripes and polka dots. Okay, so these are ready. The glue is good. Now, before I put the pattern paper down, let's go ahead and put the magnets. So whenever you're using magnets, you always need, of course, a set of two. So you're putting one on in one place, one in the second place, and then they'll attach to each other. So we said we want this on the top, on the bottom, and this on the top. So I'll put the magnet here on the bottom and the magnet here on top. And see just about where we want it. Take one, put it over the tape. I want it just about here. Right about the center here. So because we have an imaginary rectangle here, and we want it just about the center. Doesn't have to be exact. So now I'm taking the tape and I'm putting it with the sticky side up. And this will go right on top, the sticky side up. See? This is the right side. It meets each other perfect. I'll put it down. And now the sticky part will attach itself to the bottom of the flap. And when I flip it back, here it is. It's right there. So this is the exact placement of where the magnets go. And now when I close it, they meet each other great. Let's go ahead and put our pattern paper down. This goes here, and you can choose if you want it diagonal or not diagonal, if you want it horizontal or not, or diagonal. I like it like that. I'll take my pick tool. And I always have a few of these ready because I lose them. Okay, so I'm going to show you a way to put the paper down on where it needs to go, and an easy way for you to make sure that it's even. And all the paper down, I have to get a piece of paper here so I can show you clear. Let's just take this a minute for contrast. Okay. So when you're putting pattern paper on top of the cardstock, always leave a border around. And the border has to be a minimum of 1/8 of an inch. Okay. You know, you can get away with a little less than that. But what you don't want is you don't want it to be exactly over the edge. Okay. You want a frame around it. Okay, like that. See, try to make it more straight. Okay. Well, I can't get it to hold straight. Here we go. So you want a border around, and you want the border to be even. Okay. The reason that we do that, first of all, is it looks nice. It gives a nice border around, and borders are great, you know, visually. And the second is it eliminates stress on the pattern paper, because if it will be one on top of the other, okay, this can lift over time a lot easier than if it sits right there. So you want the tape to be close as possible to the edge, and you want it to be away from the edge of the cardstock here. Okay, makes any sense? Okay. Hi, Chantel. I'm sorry, I just saw it. I am not very good at looking at the comments while I'm working. Hi, Shamila. Hi, honey. It's so good to see you here. Okay. So I have to remember to look at the comments because I get so immersed in working and what I want to say that I forget to look at comments. And I'm sorry if I miss a comment. I will see them all later if I missed it. I promise I read everything. Okay. So you take off the tape and you're putting a little bit of glue, not a lot. You don't need a lot. And now I'm just deciding where I want it to go. I know just about the distance, and you see I am keeping this whole area lifted up. When it's good, slowly put it down. And now it's nice and even, and you have all even sides all around the border. That's one way to do it. A second way to do it is you don't even have to remove the entire paper tape. You can just remove part of it. So let's say I just removed this area here, okay, which will go there. Okay. I started the opposite side. This is where I removed the tape. I'm starting on this side, and now I'm putting it down slowly. And when I'm happy with it, okay, press on the area where you have removed the tape. And now it's there. See, it's there. It's not going anywhere. Okay. Still have to hold it a little bit. And now you can start taking your tape out. So now it's being held there. It's not going anywhere, see? So now I'm removing the tape all the way around. And I do keep it held up. And now you can put it down. Okay. Then you want to go over it with your folding tool, with your bone tool. Make sure it's flat. The two flaps are done. Now we're going to do the same thing underneath using these. You can use either technique that you want, either take all the tape out or do it slowly. Whichever way works for you. The big ones, the bigger pieces, I usually do it slowly. Just easier to maneuver. That's one. I'm turning it around so it's closer to me. It's just easier to put it when it's closer to me. And always keep some kind of container. Here is my container on your desk for trash, either on your desk or on the floor next to you, because you're going to have a lot of trash. Hi, Ines. You're from Spain. Oh. Okay. Hi, Mary. Thank you. Now, another thing that you have to always make sure is that you stay away from the folds, because the flaps have to be able to fold nice and clean and easy. So don't put it too close to the fold. So now I have to put the big paper here. Always think what is the direction of your page. Always make sure that you have it on the right side. Okay, so I have this on top. It always tells me which direction it is. Section C, the flap is on top. This is my front. And this I have to put down this way. You don't want to put it you put it upside down, obviously, right? So let's turn it around and we're going to put it this way. I think it's kind of cute that, you know, here she's looking to the left, here she's looking to the right. It's not the same paper. It's different paper. They just have the same design. They happen to have the same girl on both pages. Okay. So this is a big piece. I'm going to do this one in stages. I only removed this part. And you don't, again, don't put a lot of the liquid glue. If you're using tape, you don't need a lot. You just need a little bit just to make sure that the rest of it stays. Okay, and I think this is good right there. Start taking it out. Take the tape out. See, it's all nice and straight. My border is perfect around. And this page is complete. We're done with this first page. Yes, how good does that feel? If this is the first page you ever made in an album, isn't that great? 2 flaps, there's lots of room. It will be nice to put a photo here and here. This is great. This is a great page for at least 4 photographs, right? We have the magnet here. We have our magnet here. Okay, let's go to do the second page. The second page is going to be very, very similar. Very similar. Okay. Remember, we're doing it from easy, and then we'll go into more complicated one. So let's do, which one do we want to do? We can do G. E and G are very similar. They both have a waterfall. Okay, so let's do section. I don't know which one I want to do. E or G, E or G. Let's look here. They're very similar. So, okay, so this is E. E have 3-part waterfall. This is E, and the G is this. Maybe we'll do G. I think G might be a little easier to do. G. Okay, we're doing G. We're doing G, you guys. Okay. And what do we have here? We have lots of fun things. Okay, so I want to show you what we're doing. Where is it? Where is it? Is it this? No, it is this. Okay, so we're going to do a 3-part waterfall. We're not going to put any magnets here. Okay, on the other page we will. So you can, you know, if you watch the video first and do them later, you can decide if you want to add a magnet or not. But this one we're doing without. So we have 3 flap waterfall. We have a narrow pocket right there. Okay, and then we have the base here and 2 parts going there. So this is our base. This is the flaps for the waterfall. This is for the narrow pocket. Okay, these 2 pieces will go on both sides. You can choose to do it this way or that way. And again, over here I use the B side. You can choose to do this side or that side, whatever side we choose to do. And then we have 6 pages that we're going to put in the front and in the back. Okay, so we have to decide on the arrangement. And here I have solid cardstock. Let's take this card out. I have solid cardstock here. And for this page, I'm going to have it in purple. So this is the page that we're doing now, okay? Okay, for these, this will go on the little wings and put it on the side for now. So let's try to do a configuration, see where we want to put what, because I have to decide if I want it on the upside or on the downside before I put the ink and before I put the tape. So let's configure. I don't like the little schmaltzes here. I'm going to have to trim those. This is when you rip the paper from the pad. You have those little plastic schmaltz there. Set those down. Ugh. You drive me nuts. Okay. I don't think there's anything here. There's a little bit there. Okay. So how do we want to arrange them? So the first thing that we don't need to make any decision on is the center page. The centerpiece goes here. The pocket, we can choose to have a pattern and maybe the 2 sides not, or vice versa. You can choose to have a pattern here, but nothing here. One or the other. And then we're going to have one on the top. Let's see what we have here. We can do this one. I have a lot of different ones. Or we can do this here. I have 2 of the same. So I think maybe I'll use one of these for my top. And I like this. I actually like this a lot. Okay, so this is my arrangement for the top. I'm going to keep this all the right side up. Okay, and now the rest of them will be on top and on the bottom. So let's see. I have purple, I have pink, and I have this. So we can do the pink for the second one, this second top one. We can do this. This is good, like that. Okay, so these are my top. Or actually we can do this one too. And here you'll only see florals. Okay, so I like this better. So these are the three for the top parts of the flap, even though it's the same. And the reverse side, I'll do these three. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we have our directions. Let's go ahead and put some distress ink. Let's see if we can, if we want to change the color a little bit. I'm going to test it. I know this side I'm not using. Let me just, I'm going to test this one. Oh, it's nice. I like the burgundy. Look. It's pretty. Okay. All right, let's do some burgundy. We'll play with it. You can use the same color, obviously. You don't have to change if you don't want to. Or if you don't have, you know, all the different colors like I do. Okay, I just want to take a mat. I want to do my inking over the mat, okay? Because I don't want the ink to stick. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I actually like this. This is aged mahogany. So it's very intense. I think it's really pretty. I don't do the inking around the solid cardstock, although you can. You know, you can do that if you like it. Still have schmaltz on this. Yeah, so what we're doing now is we actually coloring the edges and going a little over, and it gives it a nice frame. See the difference? It's a big difference. Or actually, if you look at these two, the same paper. Okay. So what I suggest for you to do is, of course, do the test before you choose a color. And you know, something that matches your pattern, and see if you like it. Okay. Oh, I have a few more I forgot. Okay. Hi, Leanne. Sorry, I'm like 9 minutes late. Sorry. So Ines, you like this way, huh? You like this color too? I like it. I am totally digging this color. Okay. Just a little bit more. All right, let's put our pieces to the side. And let's go ahead and fold our score, where the score lines are, and put the tape in. Okay, take your time, you know, putting it together. Don't rush it. You want your lines to be straight and clean. This is our base. And this is our pocket. Okay. For now, let's put the pocket on the side because I want to show you how to cut it and put it together. We're going to do the flaps now. Now, this is what I want to show you also on the flaps. This is optional, completely optional. But you can, if you have a corner trimmer for the corners, you can go ahead and trim those edges off. If you don't, and you still want trim corners, you can use it with scissors, you trim them with scissors, or just do a diagonal. Okay. But I'm going to go ahead and trim the edges. like that. I just find that when the edges are gone, it makes the album last longer. You know, when it's corners like that, corners tend to bend a lot faster when they're straight. The only thing is you're going to need to cut those as well. And so I know we went and we already did all the edging, everything, but I'm just doing it in stages because I really want to show both options. If you want to do it this way or if you want to do it that way. Okay, so this is my most up part, and this is the second one, and this is the middle. Here's the middle. And this is my middle. Okay. So this is how it's going to be sitting on my page, these three. So I'll be trimming the corners on the bottom. Let's go ahead and trim the corners on the bottom. Okay. Two and three. And because I've trimmed the corners, I'm just going to go over them real quick with my ink. Okay. And my other three are going to be on the reverse side. So when you open, okay, when you open the flap, the round circle will be on the top and not on the bottom. So on these three, I'm putting it on the top. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. So these two, it doesn't really matter because it is the B side of the pattern paper. So if you made a mistake and you made it on the bottom, you can always turn the page around and nothing's going to happen. But if you have a pattern like here and you made a mistake and then you don't want to glue it to the page upside down, it'll be upside down. So mind your directions, okay? Make sure that you're putting it in the right direction where it goes. If for any reason you made a mistake and you trimmed the corner on the wrong side, what you do is you just go ahead and trim all 4 corners. Then you have 4 round corners instead of just 2. Okay, so these are my sides. Let's go ahead and put the tape. This is the boring part, I remind you. We're now putting tape down. I'll try to do it as fast as I can. You always have the option to fast forward me. Just mute me first because then I'll be sounding like, can you hear that? Okay. Okay, and one in the center. So I have a feeling that, you know, this album will be made a few times. You know, because once you made it once or twice, it goes so quickly. If you don't use the regular tape, you use regular glue, and once you know you're familiar already with how you're cutting and what you're cutting, you can make this one so fast. You can really use any paper at all. And this, look how pretty this paper is. I mean, really, Mintay has such I don't even know how to say it, but their color combination, the color palettes that they use for their collection is just really beautiful. And it's usually about 4 colors with 1 supporting color and white. Or now they made the Glam Rock has black in it. Very different, but so gorgeous. I switched over to the 3/8 one for the flaps. And this flap I can use the 1/2 inch. Okay, so these are all ready to be put together. Okay, let's do these pieces. And oh, I think I inked this one on the wrong side. Yeah. Okay. I know, Mary, you can't fast forward me now, but when I'm going to be posting these as regular videos after the live is done, because I don't really expect everybody to sit here with me for 2 days. So, hi, Ronalie. Okay. I think I want a little more there. Okay, this is good. This is good. Put this here. Yeah, this is really the first time I'm doing an album start to finish live on YouTube. I've never done it on YouTube before. Okay, so pocket. So when we do a pocket, remember we have 3 score lines. We have one here, and one here. So it's scored in 3 areas. I'm going to take the scissors and cut a triangle where the 2 score lines meet. And now we can fold. So these 3 score lines are now folded, and we're going to be taping this and gluing this down so that the area where it doesn't have a fold is going to remain open, and that will be the pocket. I think I'm going to shut the blind off. I have strong sun coming in. And why is it giving me a hard time right now? Today of all days, you want to give me a hard time? Okay. We have really strong sun here in the afternoon. Hi, Hazel. How are you? Okay. Turn it over. It will be easier this way. So this is my pocket. Okay, let's put it together. Now we have all of our parts. They're all inked. They're all taped, except for these 2 little things. And I'm going to leave it for now. Okay, so first thing I want you to do is take your base and determine if you want it on the top or on the bottom, right? So you look on your sheet. Check your sheet. We're doing section G. Okay. And section G, it says, this is it, G1, top. So this thing will be on top, and that's the direction what we're working on, which means that the flaps are going to be sitting this way. Okay. Now you can choose to put the flaps down first and then put the pattern paper on it, or we can go ahead and put the pattern paper down first and then attach them. So let's put it down first. And I think I put the tape on the wrong side here. It's okay. It is what it is. We'll just work with that. Okay. We'll work with that. So I'm gonna switch it around, and I'm gonna put the purple in between. Which purple I want to put in between? Put this one. Because originally I was gonna do this, but I put the tape on the wrong side. Okay, that's fine. Take this page. Let's put it on the first flap. And this is my top part. Lovely. That's my top part, number 1. That's number 2. I'm holding this, the back part up, and I'm just working with the bottom and slowly putting it down. That's 2. That's 3. Okay, this is my arrangement. And now for the back side. So now I have these 3. I'll put this on top. So this I'll put here, over here. Now remember I said if you make a mistake, you can always cut both sides, right? So if you happen, if it happened and you did it and the pattern here cannot be reversed, just put, you know, 2 more corners there. But this particular pattern can be reversed, so it's not an issue. Just a teeny bit of glue, not a lot. You just need to want a little bit so that it will stick and will not move around. This is the bottom of the second flap. Now the purple here, we'll have this purple on the back side. Thank you, Hazel. I like making albums. I think that maybe this weekend I'll do a mixed media project. And then I'll post it next week. Okay. Second. And the third one. Oh, my little dog is looking at me like, when are you going to be free and play with me? I know, right? Okay, squish just a little too much. So I know it's probably looks strange to you, like why did I use this page here with all the little cutouts? It's because we have 4 of them and I was missing one last one and that's all we had left. So I still have 3 of them and I'm going to show you what we're going to do with it when, you know, later on. But for now, we're sort of putting it on the inside flap. Okay. So now this piece, these parts will go here in the center and these will go on both sides. Now before I put the flaps down, I just want to see what the measurement is. And you see how, I have to show you. Okay, see? It goes in a little bit. It's not exactly where it ends. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to build it from the top down. Okay. Let's take the top first. I'm flipping it over just because it's easier for me to do it this way. Removing part of it out. Am I using the grid on my mat to determine the center? So the center will be 5, right? Because it's 10 inches. So this is the center. And just take your time. It's not, okay, I'm taking it out because it just bugs me. I think this is good. I think this is good right there. And now I think I'm going to go close the door. One sec. Okay, sorry, I had to close the door. Okay, so I'm going to put the 2 side parts now. You can, I think I forgot to put glue on the other one. Okay, and now I want to put the burgundy part over the wing to cover it up. Okay, now we'll do the purple, and I'm going to put it right underneath that burgundy stripe. The second one. Put this burgundy stripe and put it right there. Don't put it over the fold, remember. Put it very close, but not over. Because you want these flaps to be able to open and close easily. Okay. And this is the third one. Again, right underneath the line. Make sure it's straight, more or less. Okay, here are my 3 flaps. And this purple part will go right here. And the pocket will go here on top. Okay. Isn't that pretty? Okay. All right, so we have to make sure that it's nice and even, either on the bottom, but this is the most important part where we want it even if on the bottom it's not 100%, because it's going to be covered with the pocket anyway. But this is the visible part. Okay, so take G3, the solid color. And we'll put it on right under it. Lovely. Okay. I'm going to take this piece and put it over the pocket. Okay, and now let's apply the pocket right there. Tape out. And our page is done. How cool is that? Okay, so we finished the second section. So these two were easy. We're now going to do section E, very similar to the section we've just done, but with a little bit of a different technique over here. So over here, when we did the flap, we put the flaps together and then we covered it with another, this time it was solid color, but you just take a strip of paper and you put it there to cover. Now we're going to be building it into, sliding it inside the paper. It's a little different. Okay, so E. Section E, the base. Again, it's on the top. We're doing all of these with the base on top. No, okay. That's E1. Just preparing the base, put the tape on. Okay. So same thing as we've done before. We're going to arrange our page and decide where we're going to put what. Okay. Let's fold our wings here. Get them ready. So with this page, we're going to learn to do two new things that we haven't done in the previous page. First is we're going to do a buckle with a magnet, or it's actually just a closer, like I'm going to use one of those square little pictures and we're going to attach a magnet there. That's the first thing that we'll do. And the second, like I said, is we're going to do the slits to insert the flaps into it. Okay. So this piece will go on top. This is the top of my page. This piece will go on the top. We're going to create 3 slits here. 2, actually, not one, not 3, 2, to insert the flaps into them. So we have a 3-part waterfall, and then we'll do a pocket. This is our E3 pocket. You can actually go ahead and cut that as well. We'll trim the triangles. And fold this. And our pocket will go here. Like that. So this goes on top of the pocket. And let's see what we want to put on top. So we have these 2 pages are identical. So I guess one of them. This will go nicely there. Like this, and then this is the center, and maybe like that. I don't know. What do you think? think I like the flowers. That's what I think. How about it this way? You like this? Yeah, you like this, Rona Lee? You like that? I like this. And over here, I think we'll do these two. And I keep using the stripes. I don't know. Okay. So this is my arrangement. It's quiet. It's not too much. It's just a little bit, because this is just in your face, and I can't have this too busy. I think if I'll use this, it'll just might be too busy. But I like the bird. I don't know. I really like the bird. I really like this here. So maybe I'm gonna play. I'm gonna do something else. 1 second. Maybe I'll do this. Oh, I like that. Yes, you do? You like this, Inez? Yes? Okay. Everybody is in agreement that we like this? I like this. Okay. And then the other page will have like this purpley thing going on. Okay. Let's do this. Now, question is if we want to change the ink or not. I'm going to try this one. I'm going to try this ink. I'm going to try it on the other side, okay? You see on the other side of what? I don't know what the other side of what. Okay. Well, I still have a little bit of the red left over. Let's clean it. Because I'm too lazy to change the pad. It's a little bit brownish, more brownish now. All right, let's do this. Okay. Oh, I forgot my mat. I forgot my mat. Got these plasticky things. I think I got them at, did I get it at Hobby Lobby? I think they were like $1. It's those plastic mats that you use for, in the dining room, but I like it because it's plastic and you can wash it. And they're cheap. I can get them stained and dirty and full of paint and not feel bad about it. Okay, so it's nice. Just a little bit more brown this time. Oh, you know what we didn't do? Didn't do the corners. We're gonna do corners. I like corners. I do like corners. Okay, let's trim it. Okay, so this is the top, and this will be the bottom. Okay, so I have these three and these three. This is finished. Now, you know, if you like, I don't know, this particular cut, I also have a little trimmer for the edges that's really small. And it's nice to sometimes just do those edges. Just showing you another option. Okay. I mean, usually when I do an album, I'm consistent. It's either I do all of them or I don't do all of them. But that's for the purpose of this tutorial. I do want to show you other options. Okay. And it's nice when you put it over something and you'll see just a little bit of the corner there. See? This gives you another option. Okay. Just give it a quick wash. Okay. Slits. Let's first what do I want to do first? I want to put the pattern paper on top of my flaps. That's what I want to do first. Okay. Let's do those edges. Oh, and we still have to put tape on, right? I keep forgetting. I'm live. I am live. I am jumping ahead of myself. I have to do the boring stuff live. Okay. La la la. It's quiet. It's quiet. Almost done. I'm trying to do this fast. Okay. So in this, I'm just going to put it around. I don't know, because I still have to put slits into this. Okay. And we'll do this now. Okay. 3. And I switched again to the 1/2 inch for the pocket. Okay. So these are my top. Look how pretty. Oh, I didn't put glue on there. I need to put some glue. Mary. So cute. I appreciate it. So a lot of you ask me before, what is this little red thing that I'm using? You know, and it's not a magic tool. What it is, it's a glue spreader. And many years ago, I would say, maybe a good 11, 12 years, went to the CHA trade show. It's Craft and Hobby Association craft show that is held in California, in Anaheim. And I took a class with Tracy Winspool, and she gave us in a little kit this amazing little, it was pink glue spreader. And I used it to death. And I needed more, and I couldn't find where it was. Well, luckily, on the glue spreader itself, it had the name of the manufacturer. So I found it in Australia, in the website, in the Australian website, and I bought a bunch. And it is Helmar, HELMAR.com.au, and I think they also have in the US. It's a manufacturer that make glues. They have a very wide range of glues. But I guess they had that too. It's a glue spreader, and I like it. It's plastic, very sturdy plastic. It has the 1 inch on this side and 1 inch on this side, and I like it. So that's what this tool is. It's comfortable because it fits really nicely in the palm of my hand. That's why I like it. Okay. So we'll do this one. So I'll put this on top of that. Okay. The floral. I don't know if you guys also do it, but every time I open a new pack, I'm always trying to see which page is my favorite. So I don't know, which was your favorite in this collection? I'm very partial to florals. I always tend to go to those. But believe it or not, I like this one a lot. I really do. I like this. No, it's not tissue tape. It is double side tape. It's Score tape. This one. It's Score tape, and it comes in different widths. Yeah, I know. I have a few of them. See, I have a few too. I lose them when I work, and then when I'm finished the project and clear my space, I find them on the floor, in my trash bins. Okay. Oh, I think I put it a little crooked, but never mind. It's a little too close to this edge and not enough here. Not even. Letting it go. It's not perfect. I am working on not being a perfectionist. Okay, so this one, let's see, the right side is this. The opening is here. Here we go. That's my pocket. Okay. Okay, so this is my top part, right? It sits like this. I'm turning it around just because it's easier for me to work on it when it's close to me. I'm taking my top paper, and this is the one I chose to be on top. Yes, this is the one I chose to be on top. And I want to put it at the center. Again, I'm using my grid lines, but if you don't have a mat with grid lines, go ahead and take your ruler and please measure and make sure that you're placing it in the center. So that's my center right there. Okay, now take this piece here and put it down so you have the borders around. Okay. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to do it on the other side, on the reverse side, because I want to put a pencil mark in there. So I'm putting on the reverse side and take my pencil and mark the edges here. Okay. Now, I take my ruler, if I can find it, and I'm going to measure 1/2 inch and mark it 1/2 inch, and here 1/2 inch. Okay, I'll show you. So I put it over the piece of where it's going to be here with the border around. I put this down and I marked the edges with the pencil, and then I measured 1/2 inch here and 1/2 inch here. And I'm going to cut a slit right there. I'm going to be using a knife if I can find it, and here it is. And then another line next to it. I mean, very, 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 very thin line I'm cutting out. All it needs to be is the thickness of the cardstock paper. Okay, here, see? Let me show you. See? That's my slit right there. Do the same thing here. And the second line is away from the other one. So I made 2 slits right there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide those flaps right inside the slit like that. So when it will be sitting here, the wing is going to be hidden behind the slit. Okay. If it's too difficult for you to do, instead of doing the slit and putting it in and sliding it in, just cut it out and then trim the stripes from this paper and do it the same way that we've done it in the first page. Okay. So all there is going to be a cut here. Okay. So let's see how we're going to be actually attaching these onto the page. So these are my 2 flaps. I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to put a tape in there. I'm just going to tape it down. Took it out. Let's say that it's straight. Okay. Take the other one. The other one I'm just going to do the 3/8 one, I think. Okay. So now they're taped down. Let's go ahead and add another tape right there. Take the middle ones out. Take this whole thing. Okay. Hold it in your hand. Put a little glue. And now carefully you want to place it evenly around here. Okay, straight. You can go ahead and take the edges out of the tapes. Okay. Nope, art, it is not perfect. But look. You are right about that. You know, let me tell you a true story. Years ago, when I started working with paper collages, I haven't done any before. So I created this collage in geometric design, and it came out so-so. And I put it on eBay for sale, and somebody bought it about, I don't know, 2 weeks later. And by the 2 weeks, I was already perfecting my technique and I was doing better. So I was looking at the piece of art that she bought, and I could see all the flaws now. And I felt bad. I didn't want to send her a flawed piece of art. So I sat on my desk all night and I redid the piece. I made a new one, identical to the first one, just without those little tiny flaws. You know, the little imperfections that I didn't like in the first one. And I sent it to her. Well, she wrote me back. She said, why, you know, this is not exactly the same one. And I said, yes. And I explained, you know, I was honest. I said, you know, right before I sent it to you, I realized all these things that were flawed and I didn't like. She said, well, those flaws are actually what I liked about your piece. So can I have the other one with all the flaws? And I sent her the other one, the first one I made to begin with. So that was a good lesson to learn. A lot of times you learn from your customers. Okay, so I'll put the pocket. And here we go. Isn't this cute? Okay. Okay. So I like it. And now we can put a little decoration here. Let's take one of these. And you can decide which one you want. I don't know. Do the blue one, maybe. Okay. It's really pretty over here. Right? It's pretty here. I think so. Okay, let's take I want a little piece of something sturdy like mat board. I think a mat board would be good. Chipboard, mat board. One of these. Okay. I'm going to cut at 1.5, maybe a little more than 1.5. And a little more than 2, smidgen more. Okay, just about here is where we want it. So it's 1 5/8 by 2 1/8. We'll put it over here. And actually leave it white. You can leave the mat board white. We'll put it right there. Pretty. It's really pretty. Now, if you want to do, you can do a magnet here, or you can just leave it like that. If you want to do it with a magnet, you're going to have to add a little piece over here, and then it'll close like a buckle. Okay, so let's add this, and I want to show you both options. Take a piece of my what did I do with all the remnants? I think I threw them away. Okay. So let's cut a piece at about 3 inches. Let's do 3.5. By 2 1/8. No, sorry, 2 by 1 5/8. About the same width as this. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and score. I'm going to do a double scoring. Where is my tool? Did I put it away already? Maybe. Okay, so I'm going to score it actually at 1 inch and at 1 1/4 and 1 1/8. 1 inch and 1 1/8. So I have this little thing here. I'm going to put this under here. I'm going to slide it under like that in the center. Okay, so I'm going to actually glue it on the bottom here. This is not the usual way that you're going to glue a flap. Okay. It's on the bottom now. I'm going to slide it right here in the middle. Okay, so it's on the inside here. Okay, I think I need to trim it just about here. With my scissors. So it does not interrupt with the top flap. It's going to be right there. I'm going to take a magnet. Put it right there. Right about here. And this will be here. It's a little tricky. It's right at the edge. I don't know if I like it right at the edge. Too much on the edge to my liking. Maybe we'll move it a little bit down. Too many sticky things here. Which means it has to be closer here. Oops. Put it on the opposite side. This is good. Okay. And now we can cover this up. We have remnants. Let's just pick something. Oh, we can pick this. This will look nice. So we just need a couple of squares that are about 1 1/4, I would say. About 1 1.5. 1.5 by 1.5. It's cutting it close. 1.5. Okay, I'm going to trim the edges just a little bit. Just do the small trim, small round trim. If you don't have that, remember, you can always just take scissors and just do a diagonal. I'm going to trim all 4 corners. I like to put a little glue around my magnet. Okay. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Okay. Now I'm going to have to put something here. We can put purple. How about that? It fits perfectly in there. Okay, let's just mark where we want to cut it. I'm going to trim the corners here too. Okay, I just made a little bit of a mess over here on my table. Okay, see? Looks pretty. And this here. A little closure. Again, it's not necessary, but I'm showing you different options, different things that you can do. You can choose to do it with it. You can choose to put the magnet on top here, and you will not need this little piece here. Okay, so this page is done. Yay. Okay, 3 sections done. Let's move on. What time is it? A little after 4. Green. I don't know if it's green. You mean the color, this color here? It's green. This is, I forgot the name. I mentioned the name earlier. It's like turquoise. Turquoise mist, I think the name is. It's really, really pretty. I wrote it down. I wrote it down. Yes, it is Turquoise Mist by Basil. That's the color. It's really pretty. Okay, I want to put this away. These are my leftover pieces. So which page are we doing now? I mean, we've done 3 pages going from easy to a little bit more. And now I think we're ready to do something a little bit more complicated, right? Are we? What's this? Okay, I think we'll do, I know which one we're gonna do. I think I want to do the one with the gate. Okay, so should we look at the H is a little bit complicated. D. I'm debating. Just a second, I'm trying to choose which page we want to do next. And what I can't find is my notebook. Oh, here it is. It's under my big cutter. So I think maybe we'll do section B. How about we'll do B? Do we want to do B? Or A? A. Let's do A. I think we can just go over according to numbers now. So let's do A. This is A. So before we start a new page, no, it's Turquoise Mist. It's called Turquoise Mist, the color by Basil. Yes. But let me see if I can show you. It is number 301089. Okay, it's not. Let's see if I can try to focus on it. Is it focusing on it? Not really focusing on it. It doesn't want to focus on it. But it's number 301089 and it's called Turquoise Mist. Maybe if I'll do it slow. Okay, can't really see. It's the letters are just too tiny on this. Okay. Section B, I think it's the A. Sorry, we're doing A. We decided we're doing A, which is this. Look at this page. It's really fun. So here we have a right flap and we have a left flap. We have 2 flaps. We have a pocket. We learned how to do a pocket, right? You already know now how to do a pocket. I showed you. No excuses. We have a pocket here. And then we have a pocket going this way, just to make things interesting. Okay. Over here, it's just a couple of pattern paper put together with the solid. Here is just a pattern paper put together with the solid. So we do a little color blocking here, which you will see in this page. This is just one color, one pattern paper here. And here we're gonna have some tuck pockets. See, there are tuck pockets here and here. So this is this page. It's really not complicated, but it's fun to do. Okay, let's do. I have the base on section A. The base page, I think, starts on top. Okay. So this is my top. A2 is a right flap. We're going to put this on the right. I already folded it. A3 is a left flap. After you score it and fold it, it's going to be on top like that. So you're going to have a left flap going like this and then a right flap going like that. Okay, let's put those three flaps together. We'll put the score tape over A1, A2, and A3. Okay, remember that this is double scored and you want to put the tape over the first line, not the second line. Okay, so this is my base. The flap is on the top. Okay, like that. A2, I'm going to put on the right side of it. So it's going to be flush against the right edge. A good way to do it, if you want, is you can stand it up. That makes sure that it's nice and even. Putting it down, and now I can pull the rest of the tape out. Okay. Now let's take the smaller flap. This is A3, and we want A3 to be at the edge of A2. This is your right flap. This is your top, and this will be on the left edge of A2 in the middle. So we're going to have the same, we're going to have equal space between these two. Right there. Okay, yay. Okay. Now let's go ahead and put a magnet under here. And I might want to put another magnet over here. So we're going to have two magnets here, which actually is 4. Take my tape. See about the halfway. Mark it. There's my pencil. Okay. The halfway is 4. And I'm going to need it about 1 inch from here. I need it about here, maybe. Oh, this is not it. This is it. There's a little speck of something here. I thought that was my mark, but this is my mark. So about 3 inches from the edge is where I want my magnet to be. So at the 4 inches from here and 3 inches from here. The second one, same thing, the sticky side up. Okay. Let's put it down. So this is one magnet, and the second one I'm going to put here, but I have a pocket here. So just want to make sure the pocket, I think, is going to be 3.5 or 4 inches. It's 3 3/4. Okay. So I might go a little bit further. Not sure yet. Or we can do it over the pocket. Here. If I do it right smack in the center, I think we're going to be just where the lines meet. So I'm not sure yet. I'm going to put it down, but I might have to move it. For now, I'm putting it over the pocket. It's temporary, remember? I'm doing it temporarily here. Okay. I'm putting it temporarily here, so I don't want to forget. It's gonna stop sticking to my fingers. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and cut the corners because I want to fold it and put it more or less in the right place. This is A4 pocket. Now you see it's a little too close to the edge. I'm going to have to move it a little bit. Let's move it a little bit. I always do that because I forget to put the magnets in. I know I keep saying that, and Everybody always have a lot of different advices on what to do, so I won't forget the magnets. But it is my Achilles heel. Just like this, the pocket goes here. It's not Achilles heel. I don't know why I said Achilles. It's what would you call it? Soft spot, weak spot, weak spot. I don't know, you guys. I'm tired. I'm talked out. Okay, I like this like that. I think this is kind of cool over here. Like that. Yeah. And this pocket, and this is, I forgot to mark it. Goes here. Or here. Where do we think we want it? Do we want it here? Or do we want it here? I think we want it here. And if we want it here, we have to move the magnet on top of the pocket. And I like this arrangement. A little more. Okay, you guys, we're moving the magnet on top of the pocket. You can put it here on the left. You can put it on the right. You know, there's no right or wrong here. You can do whatever you want. But now I already have the placement on this side, so I'll put this here. And I'm not going to put it all the way to the edge. I'm just going to have a little bit of space there. Did it stick? Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so I have my magnets. Yay. Let's see what we're doing with the pattern paper. So this beautiful lady, this is my main pattern, will sit right on top over here. These two pockets, I have this pattern here. This will look nice here. And this one, I'm going to put over here because I have it going this way. You see the bird there? Will go on top of the pocket there. Okay, now A1 will go here. The purple will go here. These two pieces I'm going to put here and here. No, over here on the left. This will be on the left, and this will go one here and one here. This will go one here and one here. I'm gonna have to cover this magnet here. Because it's like right here in the middle. Okay. So this was said it's gonna be there. This will go in the center with these two on the sides. And this will be here. This here. Okay. Very nice. I'm missing one thing. I think this is the belly band. Where does this go? A6. A6. Where do you go? Where do you go? I don't remember where it goes. And it is a little strange. I think it might go here. All right, so we have the arrangement, and this page is a little complicated. So how about now that we know where everything goes and the direction, we're going to start building it piece by piece. Okay. The first thing that I want to do is I want to put this lady on top here. I love it. I am loving this. Okay. Okay. Go, don't go. Almost put it on the wrong side. Got pretty, 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 pretty. Okay. So this is done. This is going to be here with these two on both sides. I'm just inking it away from the desk. I don't want to get any of the ink over my surface. So I am inking, you know, but I'm just doing it away from the camera for a second. If I want this here, put it there. One strip here. Let's do the other one on top. And figure out the best way to lay it down, best direction, and I think this is best. So I have some flowers here and I have some flowers here. Okay, this is A7. It'll glue around the magnet. Okay, so this is done here. Now over here I have this pocket. See, I have two pockets, right? The two pockets are the same exact size. I choose to do this one going up to down because of the pattern that I have. Okay. But you can, if you want to do it laying this way, you can choose this pattern in the back. So whichever way you prefer to do it. I choose to do it this way here, like that. And then we'll put the pink here. And this here. Like that. Or like that. No, like that. Over here I have like cut pieces and it just looks odd. So I'll do this side. Okay, again, I'm just going to ink it away from my desk. Okay, here we go. That's one. And the purple one. I'm going to remind you that if you want to do these albums faster, you use regular glue instead of the tape, and you can forgo the inking and all that. They'll go a lot faster. I don't skip these parts just because I like it with. I think the finishing touches are important. Even though it does take longer. But you always have this option. You know, if you're using white paper as the base, then inking, you know, the edges that they're not inked, it's not going to look as bad. This album will look really good with white cardstock, actually. I would definitely consider doing it with white. If I'm going to finish all the pages and how many is left. I'm not going to finish it today. There's just no way that I'm going to finish it today. There are 8 sections. So I think this is the 4th one that I'm doing, and probably will finish it tomorrow. I'm not going to finish it today. I'm just debating whether to do another page today or not. I think I might leave it for tomorrow. So this will be the last page that I'll do today. We're coming on to 5 o'clock. Hi, Whisk and Glue. That's what I do, Rhonda. Oh, I love it. I love your handle. This is so cool. Thank you. Thank you very much. How come I didn't come up with any cute and fun handle to use? Such a cool idea. Okay. So we're almost done with the 4th page. And I think that this will be it for today. And tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning, I will do the rest of it. So we'll do like we did today in 2 parts. So the first part, I'll finish the pages, and the second part of the live, yes, I will do, I'll put the album together and we'll do the cover. But right now I'm having a little bit of an issue with this being too narrow. Just a little too narrow to my liking. So I'm going to refer to my leftover parts here. I have this one. I'm just going to take this one instead because this fits better. Okay. We can do both. We can put one on top of the other. We can do that. I don't know if I don't know if I like that, or just leave it like this. Decisions, decisions. Yeah, I'll put them together. Maybe I'll just do it this way. This is nice. Okay. All right, let's do what we're doing now. We can do the inside here. So this will be odd to put one on top of the other like that, right? You agree? With 2 purple on purple? I honestly don't remember what I've done here. This needs to be trimmed a little bit. So you see, I'm putting it together and it's just, it doesn't leave me enough borders. So let's cut about 1/4 of an inch off here. And 1/4 of an inch off here. So I removed from this piece 1/4 of an inch on each side. And now I have a border around. I have to go this way. This way. And the pocket is here. That's funny. Was a typo, huh? That's funny. Thank you. I like those colors too. You know, usually pink and purple is not my cup of tea, but somehow Mintay makes everything look good. You know, she has such talent, the designer, for colors. It's just amazing. Her color combinations are just really, really pretty. Okay, so my opening for the pocket is on the right. My bird is on top here. I'm making sure that it's on the right side. Here we go. So let's put the purple. It's really bright purple. Bright, bright purple. Lavender. The color of this one, I wrote it down, and let me tell you what it is. It is lavender by American Craft. It's American Craft colored cardstock, and the color name is lavender. I do too. I like everything they make too. It's so pretty. So I saw that and I said, oh, I have to get it for my store. I have to. I've been craving them. And I started carrying them in my store. I'd say it's about 2 months now that I have them there. Yeah, the brown, you mean the craft color? Yes. And it has the same color of the craft paper in the collection itself. You see, so it picks up on it. Okay, so we're putting it on the right side and we're going to cover the hinge that I have glued there. Again, I'm reminding you, don't put it all the way to the fold. You gotta have it free over there. Okay, now let's put the pocket down. I have an online store, yes, creative-treasures.com, and also on Etsy. On Etsy, it is called, forgot, Artisan Boutique, I think, by TPA. Artisan Boutique by TPA, Tamar Perry Art, is my Etsy store. And my website is www.creative-treasures.com. And the physical store will have, I had one, almost had one in Comac, New York. I'm in Comac, New York. And just pulled it out a couple of days ago because we're changing things. We're changing locations a little bit. So I have a little bit of leftover here. I put it a little too close to the right, I think. I think I put it a little too close. So maybe I'm just going to take this and put it here. But yeah, I think we're moving to Florida, so I might have one there. Okay. Thank you. I like this. I like the color combination. You know, like I said, it's really not my cup of tea, but other people like it, so I do what other people like as well. Okay, so these two pieces, last pieces, I'm going to put there. This A6, I think, is supposed to come here. I'm not sure what this is doing here. Let me just have a look what I've done here. I think I have a belly band there. Nope. Nope, I don't have a belly band here. Over here, I put it the pocket on the right and not on the left. Where did I put this piece? I don't know why I cut this if I don't know where it goes. I don't see it anywhere here. I don't know. I don't know. So you know what? We can leave it on the side for now. What I do want to do is maybe cover this area a little bit. So I'm going to take a remnant that I have here. Because I have to cover the magnet. Can also do it with this. Thinking again. This thinking is going to kill me one day. Too much thinking. So I'm just taking a remnant of the craft color and I'm going to cover my magnet. Over here. Okay. Take the two pink color. I'm getting tired. I can feel it. I can't even think of what I want to say. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, I carry in my store the full line of Mintay. I have it. I have the pads, the 12 by 12, the 6 by 6s, and single pages. I also carry the full line of Stamperia and the full line of Ciao Bella. And I have Graphic 45. I have some Cardabella. Oh. Yeah, it's not a big store. It's a small store. I carry a select number of things. But if there's something that I don't carry and you want, you can always let me know. Send me an email or a message. And I do special orders. Oops, sorry. Okay. But before I put it down, I'm going to put the one that I didn't take the tape off yet. Just because I want to make sure that I'm aligning it correctly. Okay, now I can take this one out. I just dropped my bottle of glue. Made a lot of noise. Okay. And the last 4 pieces are these. So how about we'll do 2 of them in the green and 2 of them with a floral. Okay, we can do that. And these I'm going to do as tuck pockets, which means they're not only going to be glued on 2 sides, not on 3. Okay, I'm going to glue it on 2 sides. So here it's available, it's spacious right there. Okay, and here I'm going to glue 2 sides there. And the same thing on these 2. These 2 corners right there. Okay. And that's my page. And I don't know, guys, I cut this out and I think it is not necessary to have it. I should take it out. And this is my page. Yay. Okay. 4 sections done. Okay. I have this one done. We did C, we did G, we did E, and we did A. Tomorrow we'll do 4 more sections and we'll put the page together. We'll do the cover. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for being here with me today. It's been fun. It is 5 o'clock, a little over 5 o'clock. It's been a long day. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ronalie. I appreciate it. If whatever you missed, of course, I will have this available. It's still available on YouTube. It's still available on my Facebook page, my personal page, and my and Creative Treasures page. So you'll have it available anytime. And to remind you, the cut list is on the website. I have the link for you in the description. Okay. It's been nice. It's been fun. Thank you, Inez. You've been here a long time. I really appreciate it. But yeah, go to sleep. Oh my God, it's 11 o'clock at night over there. So go to sleep. I'm going to have some dinner and relax. And I will see you tomorrow. Okay, thanks. Bye.